back. How are you doing this week?
I'm okay.
All right, so last week you came to me to talk about the loss of your friend and how you wanted to open up to someone. And so we decided on that you were going to talk to your parents. Did you end up doing that?
Yeah, I did talk to them. It went pretty well. Like, it was good to talk to people that felt the same way as me, because I didn't really know. We never talked about it. I didn't talk about it with my friends. But it felt good to know they felt the same way and had someone to share my feelings with. So it went well.
Well, that's good. It takes a lot of courage to open up about things that you don't feel comfortable talking about, because I know last week it really did bother you. So what were some of the things that you guys worked through?
Like, I talked about how I felt guilty about it. And my parents said, like, that's kind of a normal feeling they've felt before with, like, personal experience with that. So we talked a little bit about that and talked about how it's hard going to school and going to places without her. But, yeah, so we just talked a little bit about that.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought up the subject of guilt, because I know that you kept saying you felt guilty about how you got to go on with your life but your friend didn't. So how do you feel about that now? Do you still feel guilty even though you've gotten to talk about it?
Yeah, I still do. It's good that I was able to talk about it and get it out there, but the feeling's there. I don't know how to get rid of it.
It's hard to overcome because you get to go on but your friend doesn't. But you have to think about, if your friend was in your position, how do you think she would feel right now?
Like, you're saying if it was the other way around?
If it was the other way around, do you think she'd feel the same way?
Well...
The same way that you feel now?
Yeah. Well...
But would you want her to feel that way, though?
No. I wouldn't want her to feel that way. And maybe she would. Maybe she wouldn't. But, like, I can understand if she did feel guilty, because I guess that's what I'm feeling right now. But I wouldn't want her to, because there's no reason. Like, it's something you can't control. Like, it happens.
Exactly. So you're saying it's something you can't control. So why do you feel guilty then if you can't control it?
Because it feels unfair. That's what it is. And just, like, I understand, I guess, that I can't control who lives and not, but it just feels like it's unfair at such a young age that I get to go on and she doesn't.
So let's focus on this feeling of guilt. How do we think we can overcome this over the next week? Like, have you been speaking to your friends about it, or did you just open up to your parents?
Well, I just spoke to my parents, but I think kind of understanding, like, trying to put myself in, like, her perspective, like, if it was the other way around. And I don't think she would want me to feel guilty, like, because I think of it, if it was, other way around, I wouldn't want her to feel guilty. So I guess it's just, like...
So let's try and brainstorm a way that you can get through the day without feeling like you're doing something that you're upset about because she couldn't do it.
Like, feeling like everything's so unfair. Like, yeah.
So how could we cope with that feeling?
Well, for coping with it, like, trying to get rid of this feeling, I talked to my parents, and they were saying it's sometimes good to journal, and, like, instead of, having those feelings stuck inside you, putting it onto something like paper, or maybe, so I can, like, journal, or maybe, like, write a letter that I never send, and just explaining how I'm feeling right now, and the fact that she's gone, like, how I miss her and stuff like that, maybe.
So you want to write a letter to your friend to maybe get it off your chest, because I know it helps talking to other people about it, but really you want to feel better with that person.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do that. I think the letter is a very good idea. And
Okay.
so do you think you know what you want to put in the letter yet?
Just explaining how I feel right now. This guilt that I don't really understand. Like, I do understand it. Like, I feel like unfair, but then at the same time, I don't understand why I feel this way. So just stuff about that, I guess.
So what do you want to see come from if you write this letter? Do you think it will make you feel better? Or what do you think will come from it?
Well, I hope it will make me feel better and just kind of allow myself to move on. Like, it's been a while since her passing. I know grief's like a long process, but I just hope I can go on in life and not everywhere I go think about her or feel this guilt.
Okay, so we're gonna write a letter,
Mm-hmm.
and so you're gonna do that this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to come back again and let me know how it goes, and maybe we can talk about how it felt to write the letter. And you don't have to share what you put in it; that's personal. But
Yeah.
I think it'll help just to make you feel a little bit better and really express how you feel.
Yeah, I like that idea. And it's something I get to do by myself, and I think I'd be most comfortable with that.
All right. Well, I'll see you next week. Okay.
Okay.